Hello, everybody. Today I want to talk about how it's really hard for me to choose a video game in 2019. Now, over the years, and if you saw my first video about the fallen state of the video game industry, you kind of know what I would be talking about. So I want to talk about how, in this day and age, most companies are out for greed, out for money. And you know about EA. And I'm pretty sure you heard about Bethesda by now. If you haven't, then you're lost. No, just kidding. You might want to go review Fallout 76 or Star Wars Battlefront 2. Anyways, these companies are all about greed and they care mostly about their profits. And I realized this, I think, around 2013, about 2014, this changed. Because back in the day, you would have a full price video game in like 2007, and it would come with no bugs or glitches, and there was the full content right there. You're paying for the full thing. And it's hard in this day and age because all these companies are out for greed, but I'm also a very select type of gamer. There's too many indie titles for me to play, and I'm mostly an FPS guy, and so it's really hard to find a good video game based on that. But I will say that within these past 3 years, around 2016 to 2019, I bought only 3 games. And I'll give you a hint, they're PlayStation games. Guessed it? Okay. Well, in 2016, I bought Horizon Zero Dawn, and then God of War, and then Spider-Man. And then that's it. Because I have been reviewing and watching many reviews, and they have all been disappointing of any other game. Now, I'm not saying every company is out for greed. Mostly all companies through Sony, PlayStation, and Nintendo are good games. They make quality content and good games. Now, you realize that I do not have a Switch, therefore I'm not going to talk about any Switch games because I don't have a Switch. But I do want to say that I give credit to Nintendo. I'm not bad-mouthing them in any way. So, Nintendo fans, please relax. They make good quality games. Also, PlayStation. So, those companies are good. Now, every other company besides them. Now, I have a question for you. Think of a game within the past 4 years that you can think of. Yeah, I'll say 4 years. That is $60, AAA title, well known, that's full and complete, without any bugs or glitches, has no full DLC, and has great gameplay and a story. And I'm talking about like a perfect game. That's a hard one. Yeah, I agree with you. It's really hard. Very few. Now, everyone would say Red Dead Redemption 2. I kind of would agree with that. I'm not a huge Cowboy fan. But it's hard finding the game because like most of these games include microtransactions, pre-order bonuses, and they're huge victims of it. Everyone's a huge victim of it, and I don't like it. The biggest example, again, is Black Ops 4. And I don't like this because when it first released, it had a $80 price tag of a pre-order bonus that you can get like 4 extra maps in the newest one and 3 extra zombies maps in the old one. Old one. And it's not really fair. Now, everyone should have access to that, even if they buy the game. But you also have a season pass included now with extra maps, guns, etc. And that's interesting because I know that's a huge price tag for just one game. Now, it's like $120 if my math is right. $80 plus $50. No, $130. Sorry. And it's really hard to actually buy that game because it's too much. I remember back in the day, I would pay $40, like I said, and get a complete game. It's just ridiculous. Now, there are good games out there like Resident Evil 2, Red Dead Redemption, different titles like that, but I don't really see it. It's just not my style. And certain games aren't my style, and that's why I don't buy them. It's also why I don't buy the Fallout series or Destiny. It's just they're not worth my time because I'm not going to enjoy them. Now, I did play Red Dead Redemption 2, got through the, 4-hour tutorial, which is just insane to me. But it's hard buying a game because I can't find anything on the market. Now, if you can find me a good indie title that I might enjoy, like a good action-adventure RPG or something like Skyrim, or even if you find, a good FPS, that's good. And I probably won't enjoy it, but it's really hard to find those games because they're not advertised as strongly. Sorry, I keep playing with my hair. I just got a haircut. But it's really hard because Apex just released, I think, 2 weeks ago, and I played a little bit of that, and it's good. But the thing with battle royales for me, it's I have a certain limit. I play 1 or 2 games and rage quit because it gets frustrating for me. Now, it's a good game. It's a free game. That's why I play it. It's free. I didn't buy it. All these games I play, even Red Dead Redemption, I borrowed it from a friend. And I just gave up on it because I got the biggest bounty in history and I can't pay it off, so I just uninstalled it. But I can't find the game, and I really want to, and I want to have faith for people in the future. That's why I'm still waiting for The Last of Us 2. And that game, I give Naughty Dog credit for that. They will take time in their video games, and they'll make it perfect for the consumer. That's what I want a company to do, because they're actually a good company, because they are not releasing games on a strict schedule. They know their release schedule, they know their profits, and they do well with that. Now, it's just really hard finding the game, and this is why I have no hope for the industry, because I have seen none of it. Yeah, every time I go into the store, I'm just like, oh, Crackdown 3 not finished. I see. I'm trying to think of more titles. Sorry, can you say it? Anything from Ubisoft, or Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's yeah, not my style. Destiny 2, not my style. I see Apex Legends, I'm like, played it free, but still, I'm not gonna buy anything from it. See, I see all these games in the store, and I'm just like, unfinished, not my style, I'm not playing that high a price tag, not my style, not buying it, and I just go through the whole line, and I see nothing. Or even if I just already played it. It's just ridiculous. And all these games, especially a good game. Oh, a good game, for example, is Far Cry New Dawn, I think it's called. I played Far Cry 4. It was an amazing game. When I first played it, I didn't know what it was about. And I played it on PS3, and it was an amazing game. My gosh, I cannot stress that enough. Great open world, great gameplay. It was just an amazing game of how much you can do. And it was great value for your dollar, especially when all these YouTubers would make a huge deal out of it. It was really hard to find a game like that these days because it's not available. But now Far Cry New Dawn, they keep repackaging the same skin for a map over and over and over and over and over again. Because Far Cry 4, I heard, is they copied the map to Far Cry Primal, which is just a reskin version of that, and then they made a new map, sort of, I guess, for Far Cry 5. Now, I heard Far Cry 5 story was good, but many of the elements from Far Cry 4 was still there. Now you have Far Cry New Dawn, which is the shocker, same exact map, just again reskinned. Now, this is a bad tactic because I see the same thing from EA back in 2014, 15, and 13, I think 16, where EA just copied the same FIFA game over and over and over and over and over again. Just reskinned someone on it and just say, hey, play the same game over again, you won't notice. It's not right, and I'm picking up on these things, and it's not right that the game industry is doing this. Now, they're doing a very specific target amount, but now, if you ever took economics, you know anything about it, imagine this is a supply chart. You have a line that goes straight up, and this is the ceiling that they can hit. Now, imagine that Ubisoft, EA, Bethesda, BioWare, you name any one of those companies, they have a revenue curve of like that. Well, it's shaky, but they're still going up. And they think this is the ceiling, right? They're going all the way up here. Off my screen, yeah. Off your screen. They think there is no limit cap to that. They think it can just go up and up and up, and it won't stop. It will never stop. And this is what's going to cause the great game crash, I'm telling you. Anyways, it's hard. I'm going off track. Anyways, these companies are at greed, and therefore I can't find a good game because all these games are unfinished or full of bugs, glitches. You name it. There's plenty of things I can name that makes me not want to buy a game these days because I will never trust it. This is why people are getting smarter about not pre-ordering things. And it's smart that way. And I just think that if you pre-order something, you have to be careful with that. It has to be a good game, and it has to show promise. And I think that's what all these companies are doing, is that they're hyping the game up so much that people are pre-ordering things, and it's false advertising. It will not deliver the product you expected or wanted. It's not right. And so, I think I ranted on so much. Just games these days are not what they used to be, and I will not support it. And therefore, I'm losing my interest in gaming. I'm not losing my interest in gaming. I'm losing interest in the games that are current. I will still play great classics like Overwatch and Skyrim and Borderlands and CS:GO. Like, all those games are still being updated and are made by companies that actually care about the customers. But if I see an old game, like, I will buy it if it's good, especially if it's cheap. Like, if I see Fallout 4 for like maybe $3, you know I'm going to buy that. Even though it's not a nice style, it's still a great game, and I do want to play it, and I respect it. So, that. But any new game, think of any new game within the past 3 years I haven't bought, besides PlayStation or Nintendo. Because it's just, they're all full of crap. I'm sorry, but it's just, they're not good anymore. And so if you can find me a good game that is actually like worth playing, not free, like maybe $60 or less, that actually, like, with the qualifications I said, full and complete, no glitches. Yeah, no glitches. All the content is there, and there's no DLC. And I think the last one is that the company actually cares about the consumer. They actually will listen to comments and feedback. Now, anything besides Nintendo and Sony, please give me one where the company is not out there for greed. And that's going to be a hard one, because I am very picky. Everyone would say, like, a game like Rainbow Six Siege. I'm like, yeah, I have that, but even if I did buy more of it, it's all about greed. The operators are really expensive, and it's a huge amount of grant. That's just not what I'm looking for. But any good indie titles, especially, I think, I don't know if Outlast is an indie title, but I recently played that, and that's a good game. It got a little repetitive at some points, and I still didn't understand the ending, but it was a good game. But any, like, FPS, adventure, indies I could use, because there's literally millions out there, and I can't sift through millions of copies of what I want. It's just ridiculous, because I can't find anything out there that's good. And this is why I think the industry has fallen for me because I can't find anything, and everyone's out there for greed, and I don't want to pay more than $140 for a video game. I'm speaking about Call of Duty, mostly, and Destiny. But I just don't like where this direction is going, and I can't find a good video game these days because I don't have any money to buy it. Therefore, I won't. And it's just all these hype. There's all this hype, and it creates all these people that want to buy these games. Wonder what cost? What cost is that hype actually there for? And that's the question, because I don't think it's not worth it to buy a game just off the hype anymore. Ever since No Man's Sky. And so, if you forgot my question again, just all the details, go back in the video and I'll tell you all the criteria and what I'm looking for. Mostly an FPS action game that's good and that is full and complete, and I will support that company. But other than that, I'm bad. Yeah, I'm just fed up with it because every company out there is bad. No, well, not every company, sorry. Most companies. I just want to make that clear. Most companies. Not Nintendo, not Sony. Activision, Bethesda, BioWare, Activision. All these companies that were great monsters and great companies back in the day are now gone. All about greed, and they're going to die. But I'm still trying to find a game these days. So if you stay till the end of this video, thank you. Thanks for watching, and it's another rant. Bye.